Sustainability can be defined as creating and maintaining the conditions under which humans and nature can coexist in productive harmony, whilst ensuring the availability of resources to fulfill the social, economic and other requirements of the present and future generations. Business sustainability is related to managing the triple bottom line, a process by which companies manage their financial, social and environmental risks. Bioregions are large, geographically distinct areas of land with common characteristics such as geology, landform patterns, climate, ecological features, and plant and animal communities. There are 89 bioregions in Australia, and Denmark is located within two of them, the Warren and the Jarrah Forest of the Great Southern Region of Western Australia. Denmark is renowned for its tall karri forests, gigantic tingle trees, unique wildlife, spectacular wildflowers, pristine coastline, peaceful inlets and amazing trails. Denmark is declared a biodiversity hotspot. These areas are the richest and most threatened reservoirs of plant and animal life on the earth. Resilience is the capacity of a system to absorb disturbance and reorganise while undergoing change, but to still retain the same function, structure, identity and feedbacks. A resilient system is adaptable and diverse. It acknowledges that change is constant and prediction is difficult in a world that is complex and dynamic. This presentation will focus on a small winery in Denmark, Western Australia. We will be looking at the sustainability and resilience of the winery in terms of environmental resilience, economic resilience and social resilience. Established in 1997, Moombaki is a small, family-run winery located west of Denmark in the beautiful karri and tingle forests on the banks of the Kent River. A gentle north-facing slope, gravelly soils and a temperate climate create the perfect environment for their hands-on viniculture. Moombaki are committed to producing distinctive, handcrafted wines that are consistent, high-award achievers for not only the taste, but the ecological approach and green practices in vineyard management and wetland protection.
You know, we started doing it at a very grassroots level, and you know, a lot of the sort of vineyards that you visit or family wineries, they've come from a lot of money and had, you know, money for lots of infrastructure. We've come from a very, you know, make it happen through hard work and determination, and there's been setbacks along the way.
We get our wine made under contract, and this was actually over in the Prongerups where we had it. Now actually the whole winery's been abandoned, it's all the talk about karma, but we essentially grew some outstanding fruit, truly outstanding, and the winery was a cooperative of 4 wineries, so all the owners had their own agenda, and the staff were treated appallingly bad. I really liked the guys, they worked so hard there, but they gave their notice and left, and they didn't get new staff in place in time, and records got deleted, wines got mixed, wines got spoilt where they turned to vinegar.
One of the main challenges facing the wine industry today is the supermarket duopoly, which is dominating the market. These giant corporations are increasingly monopolizing the wine retail scene, driving prices down and killing the competition. Increasingly, the supermarket duopoly has exploited its market power to reduce shelf space for branded products and push their own label and control-labelled wines.
Dan Murphy's actually approached us. It's a good story actually. They approached us to sell our wines, and the contract came from the head office in Melbourne, and I looked through the contract and I couldn't believe immediately they wanted 12%, 8% discount for what they call ranging, just to put it on the shelf. 4% discount for ullage. Ullage is what happens when wine evaporates in a barrel, but it doesn't happen in a bottle, so, you know, but they still, you know, they're going to slug you for that. Then they wanted us to set our wine at a set recommended retail price, but a clause in the fine print would allow them to discount it 20% less than what we'd be selling here at the cellar door, which I think is totally unethical. And it's amazing how many people I tell that story to, and they said, it's funny that we're in the cellar doors in Margaret River and the wines are all more expensive, buying it direct at the winery, than we could get it at the discount, you know. So And unfortunately, you know, if you're a medium-sized producer, if you don't deal with those guys, you've got nowhere to sell your product. We were small enough that I could tell the guy effectively to visit a taxidermist. and, I mean, the same thing can happen to us. You know, we had one year where nothing ripened, so we didn't pick any of our fruit, and we had the entire year where we pruned, we put all the nets on the vines, we did everything right. And I think that's when I was saying earlier, you know, these are the external. David Brewer, a very famous organic grower, Temple Brewer Wines, lost his entire Verdelho crop in one day to sunburn. Large areas of Franklin wineries, vineyards got wiped out in one night from a big hailstorm. So.
Started our journey by being interested in the environment and the forest and what we had on our doorstep. We're trying to be as sustainable and green and have you know, these amazing ideals. And
I say, there's our wetland. Fisheries have come here and found 2 new species of native fish they haven't found anywhere else. Sorry, 1 new species. But we've got 2 native fish that live in there. We've got the frogs, long-necked turtles, the marron. Anything that's aquatic, if you're not doing the right thing, they're particularly frogs, the first thing that goes. We're really conscious about what we use, and basically whatever we put anywhere on this property, that's our drainage. Right there, that's the sinkhole it all ends up in. So we don't do the right thing, the wetland's really going to suffer. And it's quite evident when you've got all the birds nesting, not just the spoonbills, all the cormorants and the ducks, swamp hens. You know, you've got a really healthy system going on down there.
we didn't want to go back to our life in the city. We wanted to create our family and make our roots here. So our lifestyle decision was we didn't mind being poor as long as we had a good lifestyle and we could bring up our kids and have time for them.
I loved like being out here. I was healthy, happy, you know, beaches right there, and with the people I love. Whereas like if we go up on the hill and have a campfire, it's just like I just think, and like I can just feel my brain just kind of having like all this space to think. You just hear the frogs by the river and maybe some dog like I don't know how far away, way off on like Tyndale Road somewhere over there. It's just like I can think, I can breathe, and
So you don't mind the isolation?
I love the isolation.
In conclusion, as a result of the ongoing efforts by Melissa and David, we perceive moombaki wines to be socially and economically resilient, while also going to great lengths to ensure that it is also environmentally sustainable. However, it must also be recognized that due to unexpected climate changes and the often temperamental nature of viticulture, absolute resilience is not possible.